Assalamu alaikum, family. Peace, healing, and light. And welcome back to another episode of Healing with Angelica's podcast, where we discuss all things healing. And if you are new to the show, welcome, 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 beautiful souls. On today's episode, we have a special guest joining us today, Brother Ben X, as we'll be discussing today's topic, the power of impact. Brother Ben, welcome. And thank you so very much for joining me today. It is an honor to have you on my show. How are you?
I'm doing blacktastic. Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes, our praises is due to Allah. And for those who don't know who Brother Ben X is, I would like to share a short bio. Brother Ben X is a successful entrepreneur who dropped out of college to follow his purpose, build an impactful brand, and make money online. With over 1 million followers and half a billion views on social media, he has helped produce over 13 million in digital real estate for companies he's been a part of from 2020 to 2023. His course, Digital Real Estate Empire, teaches others how to grow their brand and business using social media. Brother Ben X's growth was aided by him joining the Nation of Islam, where he learned knowledge to help his people mentally and spiritually self improve. Through his YouTube channel, he teaches the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad as taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and helps people financially through his digital real estate strategies and personal stories. All praises is due to Allah. Now let's get started on today's episode, the power of impact. And please, for my audience today, do not hesitate to put any questions you may have for our special guest, Brother Ben X, in the comment box below. Inshallah, we will strive to get to all of the questions. So, one thing I believe that we all would like to do before our time on this earth is up is to leave an impact, right? And when we look into context of impact, it is when the action of one object comes forcefully into another object. However, when it comes to people, it is to have a strong effect on something or someone. Beyond individual moments, the importance of leaving an impact lies in the collective transformation it sparks. Each meaningful action contributes to a tapestry of positive change, waving a narrative that transcends time and leaves an indelible mark on the human experience. And that brings me to my first question for you, Brother Ben. So let's start from the beginning, right? What inspired you to take the knowledge you obtained from digital real estate and the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad to further grow your brand and impact the world?
Um, well, it kind of really came natural to me. Um, when I was in middle school, I would say middle school going into high school. I first start like this. I got 21 biological brothers and sisters, but I grew up as the only child because I didn't live with my biological parents. So I kind of created a twin, if you will. So a lot of people who used to follow me back in the day know that I have like skits and videos of me talking to myself, and that was really me taking what I wanted in my mind and creating it myself. So I created a brother that so-called, kind of lived with me. And over time, that was my way of expressing myself because naturally I like to call myself a introvert. I'm not really talkative off the camera. I know on the camera I'm talkative, but that's my way of getting what's in my mind. Typically, an introvert, we got a lot of thoughts. We just kind of introspect. But the videos is my way of getting my ideas, my thoughts, and things out. And so I started documenting my life in high school. I played basketball, so I was documenting my basketball journey. I was creating skits. And even in high school, I had something called Wise Wednesdays because I just always wanted to help people. Naturally, that was like in me since like high school. I wanted to just help. And I didn't have much to say when I was in high school, but I called it Wise Wednesdays anyway, and gave whatever little wisdom that I had. And so as I began to grow and I'm still documenting my journey, when I get to college, um, now I'm about to go D1. And so I created a documentary called Beyond Every No. And the acronym, of course, is BEIN. And beyond every no that I received from a college, that was my way of saying, I'm still going to make it. I'm still going to do it. And I end up doing it. When I got there, that's when I was introduced to the teachings. When I got to college, I was introduced to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad by a brother named Brother Malik Muhammad, my study group coordinator. He became my mentor. He helped me out tremendously, answered all my questions, was always there when I, needed some guidance or something like that. And I ended up dropping out of college because I fell more in love with the teachings than basketball. Basketball started to feel like a job to me. And the teachings is kind of what gave me life, if you will. It was energizing. Like I feel like I found my true purpose. At first I thought basketball was my purpose, but I'm like, this is my true purpose in which God created me to strive to help resurrect the people and strive to be a reflection of God as well. And when I dropped out of college, I've always been an entrepreneur. So I started to document my journey of, quitting my jobs and making money online and creating products and monetization and creating content. And as I began to share this, as I have always done, just documented what I was doing in my life, people began to ask me, man, how do you make money online? How do you grow your followers? And so many people began to ask me. And I just created a course around it, created a course around what I did well and what I thought that if I just shared this with other people, it would help. So I have over 500 million views on Facebook alone, over 50 million views on YouTube, several millions on Instagram. And I began to say, you know what I mean? Like, hey, if I can help people with the framework and the blueprint that I have, this is a part of my mission because yes, I want to uplift people mentally and spiritually, but I want to help them out financially as well. So me seeing the results and what it did for my life and the freedom that it gave me for my life, I just wanted to share that and strive to impact others with what was helping me.
Yes, all praise is due to Allah. I love that. I love that. And even in the journey of you coming into the nation and joining the nation and see how much it was an impact in your life and how I want to say, not saying choosing the teachings over basketball, but just seeing how you were able to implement the things that was going on in your life at that time and documenting that to further help those that you want to inspire. So I love that. All praises due to Allah. Now, in what ways has being an example? Because you definitely are an example, definitely an example for me as well. Grateful to have you. In what ways has being an example for others amplified the potential impact of your influence?
Rephrase the question for me.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so with you being an example, how has being a, I want to say, a righteous Muslim, a striving Muslim man, amplified your potential to be more of an influence on others?
Um, it has impacted me because like it kind of we already have a self-accusing spirit. Naturally the minister said the laws of God is written in our nature. Before we got any Bible or Quran, the law of God is written in our nature. So whenever we want to go do something wrong, there is a voice within that tells you, hey man, I don't think you should do that. And that's the self-accusing spirit. And that's the God consciousness within us. He said we are righteous by nature, wicked by circumstance. So I don't get everything right. I get a lot of stuff wrong. But being a striving example, um, it adds on responsibility and really weight on your shoulders because of the influence that you do have. I'm still learning how to manage my influence. I've been in positions where, as I said, I document everything that I do. Well, not everything, but I strive to document as much as I can to be an inspiration and to be an influence for others, because I learn a lot through visual and practical things. Like, I love when the minister gives stories, not just the teaching say this, but an actual story of how it was applied. So I like being an example for others, but then I know that, certain things that I may document or try, that, I may just be trying something, but then others are influenced. So just learning how to utilize, my influence, as well, even, with partnerships and things of that nature, making sure that, hey man, yeah, you'll be straight, but you got to make sure that you're thinking about those and kind of think for the whole and think about those who you have influence over. So I'm learning that over time. But being an example and knowing that so many people um do look up to me and do see me as an example of, I mean, I've had people reach out to me and say, man, that it's helped them kind of come out of their shell. Some people didn't know how to be an entrepreneur and be in the teaching. Some people were scared to speak. Some people didn't think we can have our own shows. Some people didn't think that we could make videos of the minister. Like, I've heard a lot of stuff and I went through a lot of stuff over the years, striving to just get this word out, striving to just really be myself. Because when I came into the Nation of Islam, I was already making videos and I was an editor. And so when I come in, I just saw that, hey man, what with my skill of editing and branding and social media, I can take the minister's message and shoot, we can get this thing all over, all over the world. And so, and striving to be an example that influence, that influences my influence, because it makes me make sure that I am careful with the influence. Like, I can't just say everything that's on my mind. Some people that's not seen, you can do certain things and, not be held accountable for it. You can do certain things and say certain things and nobody ever knows. But my life is kind of not all the way, but public. And a lot of times when you have that type of influence, again, you already got the weight on your mind and on your shoulders because of the self-accusing spirit. Now you have others that's watching you that will criticize you, that will gossip, that will slander, so that will, just judge you, do all type of stuff. So it makes me careful and thoughtful and mindful.
Yes.
Most importantly, being that I know I am seen as an example, although I try to tell people that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the guide and example. But I know, by nature, when you have influence, you got to follow in and people look up to you, that they're going to see you as an example as well. But I'm just a striving student, striving to get it right.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. And just one thing I honestly just love about you and love about your work, and I definitely want to get to the power call. Wow. So I love the power call. It's beautiful. It's just about the connection that you have with the people. I feel your authenticity when it comes to connecting with the people. And one thing I like as well is that, yeah, I know, I understand how you said you want to be mindful of, you know, certain things you say and certain things you do, because, you are being looked up as an example. But what I truly inspire about you is the fact of how you can be authentic and be able to be honest and truthful with your journey, because we see a lot of people on this journey and sometimes act as if, there's no hardship within the journey, but you're authentic with it. You're out with it, and it lets me know, like, okay, I'm not alone. I'm not doing this by myself. Things like this happen, right? So I just wanted to give you my flowers with that, because I love your authenticity. So praise be to Allah. I do see here we have a question here in the comment box here from brother Tony Muhammad. Question: Assalamu alaikum. Podcasts were not very common in the Nation of Islam when you started doing them, and it set the tone for many others to be developed. What have been your biggest difficulties and your biggest success stories while making podcasts?
Um, my biggest difficulty has just been juggling and managing everything because I have a personal life. I got a business I'm trying to run. I got all type of stuff, fires I got to put out on a daily basis that some people never know about, um, never will care about. They just want to get the job done. I'm just supposed to do it. I'm supposed to do whatever, handle it. And so juggling, being consistent with it. One of the things I'm most proud of, one of the things I'm proud of about myself this year is that the consistency of the power call,
Mhm.
because it's like every Monday through Friday, days I don't want to do it, I'm doing it. And I've always been consistent with the clips over the time, but like the long form and letting them hear the minister in full and then able to get the feedback and all that, like the consistency, because I had stepped away from podcasts for about maybe a year because I just got so busy. Because mentally, you know, there's a lot of stuff that running a business you got to deal with mentally, and sometimes I just don't do it because my mind said, now you got to do this and this to run the podcast. So I stepped away for a minute, and then the power call kind of inspired me to get back going. So I kind of do the podcast as the power call, or the power call as the podcast. So the biggest part is just being consistent with it, especially in the beginning. Like I don't be having a lot of time to search for topics of what to speak about. I'm kind of I'm spontaneous when it comes to content. I don't have like even with the power call. Some people be like, "Oh man, you right on time." Honestly, it really be a lie, because I'll just pick something that I saw literally the night before. Not that I watched it. Oh, that's cool. Let's say this on a power call. But the minister literally end up saying something oftentimes that correlates with what we was just talking about a couple of days ago. So I'm not as structured as I can be. So I don't have like Monday through Friday. This is what we're gonna go over. Like I forgot what we're gonna study on the day before. So it's because I just got so much, man, that
Yeah.
I'm doing. And so the consistency factor, making sure that it was consistent, that was my most difficult. The biggest part is, man, the amount of people that have came to the teachings. Like I have had people come up to me at Savior's Day who I don't know, said, man, I thank you, man. You brought me to the nation.
Mm.
I've had people that are sons and daughters of believers say that, man, you are the one who got me. Matter of fact, just a couple of days ago, a brother said, I'm a nation baby. Man, you got me back in the teachings, man. You got me, man. I'm inspired by you. And I'm just like, praise be to Allah. I don't know what I said in the podcast. I don't be knowing what people are really attracted to. But again, I'm just being myself. So that has been one of the biggest things, is just the amount of people. Like I can't even keep up. I don't even think we have a system to track all of the people, all of the guests that I've had to come, because I don't always get the credit. Obviously, if they don't know my ID number and all that, or somebody will try to act like they brought them to the so whatever the case may be. But that has been my most success, and just the amount of people that not only have joined, but now have a clear picture of who the minister is, because the minister is saving my life. I ain't fully saved yet. I ain't dipped in no waters fully saved yet. But he's saving with that word, and it's like
Mm.
it's like, man, this word that impacted me and took me to a whole nother level. I want to get this out to as many people as possible. But y'all have been lied to about him. Y'all
Yes.
have a half perspective about him. And so when some people say, brother, I used to feel this way about the minister, but through following your show and your podcast, now, I'm with him, man. I understand who he is. So to be a helper
Yes.
to the Messiah is really the one of my biggest success stories. Besides getting over 500 million views and just reaching so many people with the word, and having an impact. That has been my biggest thing, because I'm such an introvert. Because like
Mhm.
even like I've been at the gas station, and I was at the back of the line, and one brother said, "Oh man, you brother Ben, man, come on up here." He let me skip the line and pay for my stuff. It's just like so much stuff be happening.
Yeah.
it's like, wow, like if you just really add value and help people, like so many people are willing to be helpful and they notice you, and people come up and tell me stories. I don't have several people say that I've stopped them from committing suicide. Again, I don't know what I said or what I did to make people do this, but I've had that happen. I've had people say that, man, I used to hate being black. Now I love myself. So just all those type of things, man, that have came over the years is my biggest success from the podcast.
Yes, I love it. All praises due to Allah, and whew, I can definitely understand not in the depths of your momentum, but just the struggle of balance, like Brother Tony Muhammad had said. Beautiful question, Brother Tony. All praises is due to Allah. Now I know we spoke earlier how well, you actually brought up earlier that you realize that you, not saying that you of course stopped playing basketball, but you found a different purpose. It was in the teachings. So my question is, how important is it that one must know their purpose in life to feed that motivation needed to make a impact?
I feel like it's one of the main things you must have to be motivated and inspired. Your purpose to me is like the gas that you put in the car. Like when you really excited about something, when you really found your purpose, you don't always need an alarm clock to get up. Your body gets up on its own. You stay up late at night when you found your purpose, right? I'm the type of person, man, when I'm working, and this is bad, I know, my wife may say, well, you stay up for this, but then you fall asleep here. And sometimes I feel guilty, like, damn, you're right. You know what I mean? I do get sleepy when I'm not working. But then again, I've always been like that. So it's nothing personal. I've been like that since high school. Man, if I had a basketball game and I'm thinking about that basketball, whatever my purpose is, man, I'm up at night. I'm watching video highlights. And then I'm waking up early in the morning, 7, 6. You know what I mean? So your purpose, man, it when you find your God-given purpose, it drives you. Just like the ministers say, like when you're having a conversation about God, that electrical current that comes and keeps your mind up and moving and growing and staying up. That's kind of how it is when you find your purpose. When you find your purpose, I feel like you stop procrastinating. Many of us, I feel like once you know your purpose and you have a clear direction of where you need to go, there's no need for me to procrastinate. Sometimes it's not that I'm procrastinating per se. I just really don't want to do it. And I'm not really in it like that. So when when you find your purpose, that's you have and you line it up with your desire. The minister said your desire feeds the will. And God has shared himself with us through us being able to have a will to overcome anything that's going to come, because when you find your purpose, blessed is he who finds his purpose and is found doing it. But when you find your purpose, difficulty is going to come. Haters going to come. Obstacles going to come. We're going to be tried. We're lost of this, lost of that. If I don't know that this is my purpose, I'm not willing to overcome it, because I'm going to just try something else. I'm going to just do something else. It's kind of like how we are in business. You're trying to make money. Well, let me try drop shipping. Well, that didn't work. Let me try trading. Well, no, that didn't work. Let me try. You ain't found your purpose yet. Once I know what my purpose is, well, if I'm making money or not, I'm going to do it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so that's how I would say, man, your purpose is the base. Your purpose is the foundation. Your purpose is the reason for why you even living. So it's hard for something to come before that when you have found the reason why I am here. I thought basketball was the reason why I was here when I was younger. When I was a child, I thought as a child. But now I'm saying, okay, this is my real purpose, man. This is why I am even created. So once you find that, that gives you the energy to overcome everything. That gives you the desire to want to overcome everything. And it gives you the longevity and the consistency that you need to overcome the difficulty that is gonna inevitably be in your way. So that's how I would answer that. I feel like purpose saved me from many things. When you find your purpose, is really a protection for you.
Ooh.
See, when I was in high school, I had brothers that smoked weed. Oh man, we had people that skipping school. We had people that during lunchtime doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. Yeah, we all done been through that. But in my mind, man, my purpose is basketball. Man, my purpose is not just basketball, but being a NBA all-star. I never wanted to be average in nothing. So I wanted to be an NBA all-star, and I knew whatever I had enough time to put my all into, I could be the best at it. That was my thought process. I just got to find a way to scale myself to where I can put my time and everything to be the best at everything. So I ain't figured that part out yet.
Yeah.
But when I found my purpose, if y'all want to go do this, my purpose said, no, you can't do this because you got to accomplish this. So my purpose was more powerful than the peer pressure. I think is that alliteration when you do PPP? Yeah, my purpose was more powerful than my peer pressure. So when you are young and you find your purpose, that gives you direction. My purpose is my destination now. And now that I have my destination, see, if I open up my phone, Siri would never say, turn left, turn right. You have 3 miles unless I put the destination in. Many of us don't have direction in our life because we don't know where we're going. We don't have our destination. Once I have my destination, now I can reverse engineer on what it's going to take to get there. See, if I got my destination on my GPS in my phone and you sitting in the seat with me and you say, hey, bro, bust this right, I'm going to check my GPS and say, no, it tells me to stay on the highway. You trying to get me to go off track. But I believe the reason many of us are so easily led off track is because we don't have nothing that we can look down on and say, it's telling me to keep straight.
Yes.
You telling me to come smoke. In order for me to get to my destination, it say I can't smoke. You telling me to go do this. In order for me to get to my destination, I can't do this. So when a young man and a young woman discovers their purpose, it is a protection of this world that's going to constantly be pulling on us. Because now if I'm idle, you want to come over here? Sure. Why not? I ain't got nothing else to do. Hey, you want to come over here? Sure. Why not? I ain't got nothing else to do. So I'll close with this. Sister Ava Muhammad, may Allah be pleased with her, says something that was so powerful. She said, we tell the youth everything that they can't do. But how about we start talking about what we can do in Islam? See, once you show me what I can do and I've discovered my gift and I discover my purpose, the fact that I know what I can do and I'm so focused on this, naturally, I won't do this anyway. So it's kind of like when we talk about building and destroying. If I'm building something, in the same process of me building, I'm also destroying something. Kind of like when we talk about stopping the drugs. We can't stop somebody from selling drugs if they want to sell drugs. But if I kill the desire in a brother to want the drug, now you ain't even got no customers. So I would say, let's push for finding your purpose. Let's push for finding your gift, which the scriptures say will make room for you. Let's push what we can do. Let's push the fun that we can have so that the negativity isn't always on our mind. Because if we have so many things on our mind that we can do, so many things on our mind to help us fulfill our purpose, all the stuff that'll take us away from doing good, we won't even be too consumed by.
Woo. Praise be to Allah, bringing that fire. Ooh, I feel like I'm on a power call now. Listen. Praise be to Allah. And if you all are enjoying this episode just as well as I am, please, please, please show your support by donating today to Cash App $ Healing with Angelica to help sustain future episodes just like this. Also, if you all are enjoying all of the broadcasts here on CTG Broadcast, please show your support as well by donating today. Information to donate will be shown on your screen below. I love you all. Now let's get back to today's episode, The Power of Impact with Brother Ben X. Praise be to Allah. You really said something there in regards to just you have to know your purpose and you have to feed that purpose. And once you know your purpose, then that's where the consistency will come in. That's when the motivation will come in because you know. So definitely believe that we should all be striving to really know our God-given purpose. So praise be to Allah. My other question here for you, Brother Ben, is what role did the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, taught and guided by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, play in empowering you to have a lasting impact on society?
Shoot, every role there is. No, but you know, it's the wisdom that that blew up my platform.
Mm.
It's the wisdom that is the attracting power. I didn't have this wisdom before I came into the Nation of Islam. I had this personality. I had me. I had what God Allah blessed me with, but what people are attracted to in the teachings came from Allah and the person.
Mm.
And then through his messenger in Christ, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and through their chief helper, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know what to say of guidance. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know what to say of wisdom. In fact, some people get mad at me. Every time you talk, you say the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, do you have your own mind? Nope. I take that as a compliment. It said,
Mm-hmm.
let this mind, the same that was in Christ, be in you. So I ain't trying to take all the credit. I ain't trying to act like it's me, because y'all will throw me away tomorrow if I say something you don't like.
Mm.
And that done happened before. So that's why when people say, "Oh, I love you," and I like, yeah, I had a brother. I was reading a comment the other day on some post. Somebody tagged me. They said, "This brother said, man, I used to love brother being X years, 5 years ago, but it seemed like something done changed. If you love me, why didn't you come ask me?
Mm.
If you love me, why didn't you email me? Hey, brother, man, I've been watching you, man. I don't know, there's something going on, man. You seem like you didn't change a little bit. Man, why didn't you ask me? So that ain't no love. What kind of love is because it seemed like something. Now you don't love me no more. So that's why I'm always having the mindset of, man, all praise is due to Allah.
Yes.
But these folks online, they don't really know me. They don't really love me. You know what I mean? They don't. You see my video, but if you was around me, you may not like me. You may not like that I'm always working. You may not like that I'm always on my computer. You may not like that I'm not really conversational, not like that. It's a lot that you may not even. You see me online, like I heard the minister say one time. You see a man talking, and you want him. You look like he's right, but he may not be right for you.
Mm.
You know, the minister said, man, when I don't nothing make me, I heard the minister say that, don't nothing make me happy as when I'm on this rostrum teaching. He said, when I get on, I come alive. And I feel like I'm the same way. Like, man, I may be chilling, not talkative, but when I'm teaching, I'm in the mode. It's just something that happens. So I don't even know where I'm going now. I forgot what the question was. I don't even know what was the question that you asked.
No, you going though. I was just asking like how is the teachings,
Oh yeah, yeah,
been
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah. So the
empowerment? Yeah.
teachings, the teachings have the teachers have helped me. Um, the teachers have helped me see certain situations and really taught me how to see life. It
Mm-hmm.
gave me eyes, not physical eyes, but mentally. I've been in situations where I could have easily gone off. I could have easily made crazy decisions, but because I have the minister in my mind, I have the teachings in my mind, I have something to counter the thoughts that can easily come when you're in this type of position. Like, I don't help make a lot of money for businesses. I done been all over the world flying. Like, there's a lot of stuff, man, that could have been done. That didn't happen. Because there was a thought in my mind. There was another way. There's been situations of how they could have been handled. I could have handled it like a Negro. I could have handled it like my first thought that I may have had. But it's like now, okay, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad went through this. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he went through 10 times worse than what you going through. Boy, you ain't going through nothing. So that keeps me balanced. That keeps me really at peace, because it's like, okay, he already told me. So like how you said, man, you talk about how you talk about the real part, I mean, how we gonna make mistakes and how this is all a part of it. That's how I look at the minister. When the minister talks about, hey man, I didn't fall up out of heaven. Man, I came up from hell just like everybody else. Hey man, I came in and I turned for a measure of time. I had to, I grew my hair out again. I had to be, Brother Jabril had to wake me back up again. So in my mind, man, if the Messiah, if he went through this, damn, who am I to think I'm not gonna go through nothing? So that's that keeps the faith. When the minister is giving those realistic stories about how to really view things and not be so ritualistic and act like we don't make no mistakes and everything is just perfect and fine. Like, I love how he just be real with it. And that has helped me out with me personally, but also others as well, man. So I would say that's it. Everything that I'm doing, even in business, I try to tell people business is very spiritual. Very spiritual, because at the end of the day, business, you're just there to help somebody. Yes, they're paying you, but all business is you're offering a solution to somebody. A house is a solution. You got somewhere to stay. A car is a solution. Life insurance is a solution. Hair products is a solution. All you're doing is offering solutions. And in the problem book, it says if you solve and answer these amount of problems, you get a reward. That's how I see life. Now, that may not be what the supreme wisdom mean, but that's how I interpret it. The more problems we go out in the world and solve, because this world is a big book. Again, this is my interpretation, or one of my interpretations. So don't say, oh, this is what it means. The world is a big book to me. And the more problems we go out and solve with these teachings, as we solve the problems, we're going to eventually get a reward for it. And so, yes, after you got your systems in place, after you got your payment processor down, after you got your website, together, everything else, handling a customer, teaching the customer's journey, taking it from A to B, all that spiritual stuff. Customer service, how to talk to them, how to handle situations, how to handle your team. Your team may come and they dealing with something. Damn, I gotta be mindful of how I'm speaking to them. This person, he late, he's sick, she's sick. Like, all of that is managing human beings, and that's so much on the mind. I just really wish some people knew how much it is on somebody's mind when you like running a real business. Like, that's a lot of stuff mentally that you gotta go through and manage. So, and then you got to try to be a good husband. Then you got to try to still be a good dad. Then you got to still try to be a good person, a good son, like all this type of stuff, man. So the teachings rising above emotions into the thinking of God, the struggle for balance, the God within, all of that, man, you got to use that. When you really striving to build something, you have to use all them study guides, all them lectures to not go crazy and all that you got to manage. So the teachings helped your brother not go crazy. That's the clear answer.
Woo! I bear witness. All praises is due to Allah, man. I gotta give you flowers, man, because you making it happen and you doing your thing, and I can definitely, like I said, understand just the fact of just trying to maintain this balance, and you getting pulled here and pulled there. But these teachings, man, oh, praise be to Allah, because it really keeps you balanced, because you had that constant reminder of when you kind of, for me, like, I feel like anytime I'm feeling off balance, I feel like, okay, I'm off. Let me go back into these teachings. Let me listen to a lecture. Let me read a book. So praise be to Allah, Brother Ben. I do have a question here from one of the audience here. Creator here, air. Hope I said it right. Creators Air Culture as, what was one of your most difficult trials or tests of faith in transition to get to where you are now?
Um, Probably when my first YouTube channel got terminated. When my first YouTube channel got terminated, that was one of my main sources of income. Y'all all seen the video when I met the minister. He said, I heard that you are able to take care of yourself and your family through what you do on YouTube, become a millionaire. Some people say they think he said billionaire, so I can borrow $1. So that was one of my main streams of income. And when it got terminated, it was with no warning. I didn't get a warning for that. You're supposed to get 3 strikes and then they remove you. I didn't get none. They said hate speech. They didn't tell me what video. They didn't tell me what was said. I lost over 2,000 videos to that. The reason I say it was a test of my faith is because I could have easily said, as some people suggested, man, forget YouTube. Man, don't get back on YouTube. Then when I got back on YouTube, man, why you keep getting on YouTube? They done banned the minister. They done this. This is back when Trump had got something happen with Trump and he built his own platform. We need to build our own platform. And I thought about it. And I said, you ain't got my mission, nor do you probably ain't got my purpose. Because my mission is to give life to the dead.
Yes.
I can go on this other platform, blackconscious.com, blacktube.com. The only people that's going to be on something like that, not only, but majority, are people who are already awake. I'm trying to reach the one down there who still watch fight videos all day. I'm trying to find the one who just watch rap music videos all day, beef videos all day. I want my video to get in front of him. It's not going to be on my platform. He's not going to be searching for this. I got to get in front of him. So the same way we go to the hood, the same way we go to the projects when we out with the final call, those ain't our apartments. That ain't our hood, that we don't own that. So we going down there. So versus waiting on them to come to Muhammad is willing to go to them, right? Yeah. Well, YouTube is where our people are. TikTok is where our people are. Facebook is where our people are. So why would I leave where our people are with something that I believe will help them? So that was one of my main streams of income. So I could have got mad and said, man, forget this. I don't work hard all these years. But I said, man, I'm going to rebuild it back up. And I rebuilt it back up. And then it got terminated again.
Oh yeah.
And so the second time they said, I told you you shouldn't have been on the platform. But then I thought, if all these people, if I wasn't online, if I wasn't posting on these platforms, they wouldn't be introduced to the minister. All these people telling me, I saw you on YouTube. Yes. I found it on Instagram. I found it on Facebook. Y'all found it on these platforms. Why would I leave? So when I say this was a test of my faith, because financially, that was my mainstream of income. I could have said, which I know brothers and sisters who stopped because of this, I could have said, well, damn, I'm not monetized. Let me stop. Man, I ain't even monetized no more now. Shit, I ain't got no reason to post on there. So that even showed me my faith, because we all can say what we'll do. The minister said, you never know who you are until you've been tried. So I never really said it, but it showed me you doing this really for the right reason. Whether you getting paid or not, you still gonna push the minister. Yes. Whether you getting paid or not, monetized or not, this content still gonna go. So now can't nobody question my intentions. You can't question why he posts. My Facebook ain't been monetized for several years. Ain't monetized on Instagram. Wasn't monetized on YouTube for several years. And I still was posting every single day. So that was what I would say is one of my biggest, my biggest test of faith is when that YouTube channel went down. I could have said I'm not monetized. I could have said all this, but I said, hey, Let's just rebuild it back up. And I just got a notification not too long ago that the new YouTube channel that the third YouTube channel, let me get the numbers. This is my third YouTube channel that I've had to rebuild. I believe is now at, dang, I can't see it, but I believe it's now at over 2 million views. Yep, 2.2 million views, all again on my third YouTube.
Yes. All praises due to Allah. You were unstoppable. God, you keep going. They can't stop you. Praise be to Allah, Brother Ben. Thank you so much for the beautiful answer. Now, this actually has the question I have is actually in conjecture to the last question, but just more so about just having that spirit of humility and how important it is to overcome life difficulties. So the question is, I'm sorry, how has having a spirit of humility and overcoming your life difficulties and maintaining your servitude to Allah help you in creating an impact?
You know, it's helped me out tremendously. Again, I've been able to be very successful according to just the percentage wise of, you know, income and business, and you know how much business is making their first 3 years and all that type of stuff. Humility has helped me stay grounded. I oftentimes, a lot of people compliment me on my my humility, and I think it's really easy. I'll get to that in a minute, but I think that it has saved me from possibly destroying everything. I've seen people who got big and said, well, man, F the Black community. I've seen people who done got big and said, well, I'm done dealing with Black folks. They never gonna listen. You know, when you get a certain type of success, you can turn on everybody and say, I don't need y'all no more. Mm-hmm. And you will destroy the very thing that helped you get there. And to me, humility is just remembering that, bro, it's not me. So what is humility to me? It's understanding that, bro, you didn't get here by yourself. These folks is really attracted to Allah working through you. And when we remember that it's not me, I'm just a finite vessel that's going to be here for a short period of time. But Allah is the only reality. Yes. And he is the true source of strength and the true power that people are connected to. So if we just remind ourselves of that, it keeps us safe. Yes. Yeah, it keeps us safe. Humility is really a protection. We think humility is downing yourself. I think when you're secure, you are humble. Look at how humble the minister is. And we know who he is. So who are we to get so big-headed? It says in scripture, those who humble themselves will be exalted. Those who strive to humble themselves will be abased or will be humble. So, man, it's helped me out in so many ways. I can't even think of a story, but the main thing is just with all the success that I've had, the growth that I've had, I could have easily turned and changed. But the fact that the minister teaches us how to be humble and what to think, or not what to think, but how to think, how to analyze, and keep the remembrance of Allah at the forefront of our mind, it has kept me on this path. A lot of things that I've gone through in the past, the reason a lot of people that was a part of it still rock with me, they say because I was humble. I was always in the trenches with them. I was always willing to get on the Zooms with them. I was always they could always reach me. I never saw myself as, hey, I'm up here and y'all niggas down here. Because I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for y'all. And I don't even see it as this and this, because in some areas I'm down here and you up here. I need you just as much as you need me. So when we're humble enough, we can see that. We can see that I can learn something from you. Y'all may be making more money, but what they got, you may be able to help me out with this family life I got to balance. You may help me out with being more not so cold and nonchalant. You may be able to help me out in so many other areas that I need help with. So why am I going to put myself up here because I'm better than you, so-called, in one area?
Mm-hmm.
So that has helped me maintain my influence, maintain my following, if you will. Now, some people left due to misunderstanding. They ain't called me. And if you listening, call me. I can explain it for you, whatever it is you're talking about, right? But they wasn't with me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The minister said, if I lost you, I never had you. So that is what it is. But most who are still here, you know, from businesses that fell apart, things that fell apart, people I separated myself from, all of them tend to say, and it's not for me, all of them tend to say that, man, you was communicating the whole time. You was transparent the whole time. You was willing to whatever the whole time. Because I just didn't see myself as like above per se. I saw myself as being in a position I have served a certain amount of people, and it's what grants me this. But if I didn't have y'all for me to even serve, I still wouldn't be here, which is why my quote, and it's been the same since I was at the top, tippity top, and where I'm at now, it's not about what the coach or the teacher is doing. It's about the results of the students. Anybody can come by the program. Anybody can do this. And yeah, that'll help take you to a certain place. But the transformation is supposed to be in them as a human being. That's the measurement. The measurement of success is the transformation of the people. So that's, and so my quote is, don't focus on just passive income, focus on passive impact. Because the more people you impact, the more income will come. And so because that was always my focus, the impact of the people, I think that's kind of what helped me stay humble.
Yes, yes, yes. All praises due to Allah. Thank you so much for that response, Brother Ben. I love that. And we are getting towards the end of the show. So I do have one more question to ask my brother. What kind of impact would you like to leave on this earth?
Um, I want to be known for, you know, he was a great helper and catalyst for Allah, his Christ, and the modern Jesus in our midst. Because I think that's really what lasts long. There's a lot of rappers, a lot of great people that have made a lot of money and stuff, but we don't know them. But it's, as they say in the church, oh, it's something about the name Jesus. That name is been here for a long, whether if it's Isa or Jesus or Yeshua. Listen, don't come on here gang banging. I know what I mean. Abraham, the prophets, the messengers, their name, the helpers of the Messiah, the helpers of God, their names is known, and we still talking about them today. So I wanna leave an impact to where it's not where I want to live real eternal life. Eternal life is not when I raise my hand and say, my Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ. The minister says eternal life is when you are living that word and you are living and putting in a certain type of work. And as long as the word is here, you are here because you helped put that word in so many people. I want to be able to have somebody say, hey, man, my great grandchildren is living these teachings because Brother Ben was able to aid and help get my great grandfather to join through social media. I want to be that one who can say, hey, man, I wouldn't even be doing a podcast if it wasn't for him saying, I'm just going to do it, even though it wasn't known. I had some pushback when I started posting the minister. I've had people that wanted to, shut it down. Man, I hate posting this on social media, posting on YouTube. I've had people, I've seen the sub posts and the sub tweets. I ain't said nothing about you. Oh, and some people, they be putting their name on. The purpose of me putting at Brother Ben X is because I wanted them to know where they can come back and hear more of the teachings. But now I took that persecution in the beginning. But now I see a lot of people, they put their at name on that. Now they clipping up the minister. Now they have the words at the top, and now they got millions of views. I love it
Yeah.
because more people are hearing from my Father, right? More people are coming into the teachings. So I want to be known for, man, that way, that new modern equipment, that new modern way, so that lion can walk faster and further in the cage and eventually get up out the cage. I want to be known to help do that for our nation and get more of our young people involved.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna just keep it real. Everybody not good at the final call. Yes, that's our mission. Yeah, we got to do it. But some people feel a little bit more, and they can be more effective from saying, "Hey, man, I gotta follow no social. I can be creative. I'm scared when I go to the door. I know we're supposed to overcome fear and all that, but I'm talking about the reality. It's some people that's scared when they go to they don't know how to speak. They don't have the vernacular. And then we don't have the training. They're not. They got to go to a class and be trained on sales. That's a whole curriculum on how to even sell. What do I say when I get to the door? What do I say when they give me an objection? That's a whole class. So I want to be realistic, because when I go to the door, some people say I don't read. No, that some of them can't read, but you can hear them, but you can watch. See, we talking about going to the gutter. Some of them dropped out of school in middle school. They don't really know how to read. When they read that paper, they don't really understand what's being said. But boy, I can give you a clip of the minister where he gonna make it plain for you though.
Yes.
And so, as Brother Neri say, hey man, we the air team, airstrike. We hitting them with airstrike. Yeah, we got boots on the ground. I'm not saying don't go, still go, learn over time. But in the meantime, we can be sending airstrikes, hitting people. I can hit you in Kansas. I can hit you in California. I can hit you in San Antonio from right here, right here. And they said the Honorable Elijah Muhammad ran the nation right from his home. Hey man, shoot, we getting people in the nation, all from our home now with this new way. So that's the impact I would like to leave, man, to just be known for, man, he was just himself. Yes. Yes, we can be militant, but I like to say, man, we can laugh too. Man, I like to laugh. I know we, super so, but hey, man, when I go home, I like to laugh. I like to have some humor. You know what I mean? Just like everybody. You know what I mean? So I just want I just want to be known to where, man, he made it feel comfortable. Because some people don't want to come because they think, oh man, y'all just too, man, y'all don't never laugh at. Can y'all? People used to say, can y'all go to the movies? Can y'all do? Yeah, man, I'm your brother.
Yes.
That's some stuff we can't eat pork. Yeah, we can't. We got laws and stuff we're not supposed to do. But hey, man, we still grew up from in the hood just like you.
Exactly.
So I just wanted to be, you know what I mean, be yourself. They say accept your own and be yourself. What's yourself, a righteous Muslim? But just because I'm a righteous Muslim don't mean I can't laugh. Don't mean I ain't got no personality. And the minister said, if Allah wanted you to be me, he would have made you me. And this ain't me. This is the minister words. Yes. If Allah wanted you to be me, he would have made you me. You need to be yourself. You are so unique. That's what the minister's saying. So I'm saying, well, shoot, I like to make videos. I like to make skits. Let me just take what you saying and put it in my fine language, just like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told him. So that would be the legacy that I would like to leave.
Yes. All praises due to Allah. I love that. I believe if it be the will of Allah, you would definitely leave that legacy. I love it. All praises due to Allah. Brother Ben X, I just want to say thank you so very much for taking time out of your day to join me to discuss this amazing topic, the power of impact. I would also like to thank my amazing audience in Healing Tribe for joining us today. I pray that this episode was informative, valuable, and of course, the main thing, healing to you all. Also, be sure to share, like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming episodes on your favorite podcast station. Closing the Gap broadcast on Facebook, CTG broadcast on YouTube, and Healing with Angelica podcast on Facebook and YouTube to help spread this message of healing to those in need. Also, if you are ready to start your healing journey and don't know where to start, Healing with Angelica is here to assist as I am offering one-on-ones to help get you started on your healing journey. More information to schedule your call will be shown in the comment section below, including Healing with Angelica's merch and more. Also, a friendly reminder, please, any purchases that you make is to help sustain and support Healing with Angelica. So please keep that in mind. Also, if anyone you know or yourself are in need of prayer, Healing with Angelica would like to send a special prayer to you, and you can do this by emailing us at healwithangelica@yahoo.com. Brother Ben, before we end today's show, do you have any closing remarks for our audience today? And hold on, one last thing. If you guys did not know about the power call, I'm sorry. That was supposed to be on you. I ended it with you, but I forgot to say this. Anyone, y'all should know, but anyone that doesn't know about the power call, please check it out. My brother is doing his thing on there. He is really giving healing to our people, assisting a lot of God by giving us the understanding and the teachings and being able to allow others to hop on there and to express themselves. I think that's one of my favorite parts, being able to hear other people's opinions and how they're feeling and what they're going through, to know that at the end of the day, healing is a journey, but you should not have to heal alone. So, Brother Ben, before we end today's show, do you have any closing remarks for our audience today?
Yeah, I would just say, strive to get better once every day. The minister says, don't stay down. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off. If we had nothing that we needed to be forgiven for, there would be no reason for him to have to come.
Mm.
As we strive to be upright, remember that's what this prayer says, that we're striving to be upright to him who originated the heavens and the earth. You're going to make mistakes along the way. Just don't stop. Just don't give up. And what's meant to be will be. Just know that you're striving to overcome and be a better person than you was yesterday. This potentially can be a long life. I know time goes by fast, but hey man, there's some stuff that you wanted to get right 3 years ago that you maybe got right now. There are some things you thought you would never overcome maybe 5 years ago, but if you look at yourself now, man, I done overcame that. Man, I never thought I'd be here. So just keep growing and keep developing. The minister says at every level is a new devil.
Yes.
Heard that from a pastor. So just be patient with yourself. Many of us, you already have others that's going to do that to you. You already have others that's going to criticize you. You already have others that's going to bring out the negative side. They're not going to settle on the best part of the planet Earth. Although our lessons talk about it, they're not going to settle on the best part of the planet Earth. Many of us are going to settle on your worst part. They're going to blow that up. They're going to expose that. Yeah, that's what they're going to settle on. So you have to find it within yourself to have a personal, intimate relationship with God and know that ultimately he is the source of strength. Ultimately, I must seek refuge in him. Ultimately, I must be striving to please him. And remember these words. The minister said in closing the gap. Man, I wish I had the exact word because I don't like man, I don't know what page it's on. But I'm a paraphrase. He says that when you're striving to do this work and you're resurrecting the dead, and you helping our people get to Allah. Again, I'm paraphrasing. He said, a man like that has no sin.
Yes.
So
Okay.
that's removing your sin when you're doing this work. So if you ain't done no work, I know many of us got some sins we need some washing from, right? We need some forgiveness for, right? But when you're doing that type of work, bringing people to Allah, and that's what we're supposed to be doing, that removes our sin. And he said, a man like that has no sin. So if you down on yourself, you've been trying to do something, you keep getting it wrong. You've been trying to do something, you ain't accomplished it yet. You're on the path, you're on the journey, remain steadfast. We got in this condition in 400 years. It ain't going to be a day. that we gonna get out. You got to be cleaned up. Most of us been Negroes majority of our life. We only been Muslim about 5 years, 7 years. Now some of y'all have been in the nation for a long period of time, yeah. But a lot of you new into this. You knew. Allah knows your heart. Allah knows your intentions, and He sees what you're striving to do. Don't be so hard on yourself because the world is already gonna be hard on you enough. So pick yourself up. Know that there are many examples of being able to pick yourself up. So you got faith. And remember that today is the first day of the rest of our life. And we can make the rest of our life the best of our life. And the choice is ours. That's what I end on.
Yes, I love that. Woo, a word. Praise be to Allah, Brother Dan. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for my beautiful audience and Healing Tribe for joining us as well. We love you and we leave you all as we came. Assalamu alaikum. Peace, healing, and light.